So, Professor Anapsa, the Moving Dictionary.
Yes, Josh.
This year, 2024, is coming to an end, but there's too much political tension in the country. So, we would like to hear from you. What is your say on that?
To start with, Josh, allow me to digress, disembark, and divagate from the leitmotifs of the UPND government, who happens to be the contemporary of the Dondojo government, and that of the hereintofore, the Kwandam and the Willom PF with its confidante and bosom buddy Tonse Alliance. Allow me to start my prolegomenon and exordium by uttering words of panegyrics, eulogies, and venerations to the demiurge who dwells on that holy recliner in heaven, in that gregarious, hail-fellow, well-met, and buddy-buddy environment. For this heterogeneous and miscellaneous love that is continued to show my family. As we speak, Josh, right now, my life has been thrown into the land of El Dorado and Epicureanism. My life is coruscating on that root-renting echelon. Fast forward, Josh, I know standing here with Aplom, standing here with Chaspa, standing here with intrepidity, standing here with all the savoir-faire and the equanimity is not a teeny-weeny, itty-bitty, scintilla, soupçon, or in simpler terms, a bagatelle issue. But as Professor Anapsa, the Moving Dictionary, the only Zambian to have ever traversed far and wide, the only Zambian that shook hands with the late Queen of England, the only Zambian that shook hands with the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, the only Zambian that traversed through the four walls, the darkness of the University of Zambia, Oxford and Harvard University, and is known as an Unza for Harvard Bridge without a torchlight, is going to look into this issue very perspicaciously and scrupulously with all levels of SOCO, and I pray that people give me all the venerations and the exhortations that I require. Let me rattle and crank through this issue with a bow of a gun. Talking about politicians, both the current and the chronocastical ones, is like carrying Aquafortis, H2O, Adam's Alley, or if you like in simpler terms, Vatra, in a basket, as all these politicians are just a group of namby-pamby, nimini-pimini, hamdramism, and wishy-washism, political snorri-ghosters and political muchachos, or political kleptomaniacs who are just there to catching and dispute Spondurics, Wongas, and Mazumas in trying to satiate their berries and their political ambitions.
It's forming, actually.
Be that as it may, Josh, let me make mention that a cabal and a vaudeville of the PF are in abject uruation. They are crying and they are weeping that they've been put into a borachio of horrendous and hair-raising treatment by the UPND cabal on the pretext that they practiced politics of prebendarism, politics of mediocrism, politics of prebendarism, and politics of dacoity, of which a lot of money out of this was just a sheer show of backshish. This is money that was given to their children and their family. And the PF has gone on to refute, repudiate, rebuff, and abjure such claims that they stole from the national coffers, as they believe that they ran this country in the most diaphanous and convivial way and manner. That is to the detriment, to the vexation, and also to the displeasure of the UPND, who believe that this is complete or sheer show of Hupa Poki, Poki Pai, Taradido, Huha, Mwahaha, or if you like in simpler terms, Mwihihi.
Beringa chamunyoko. Chamunyonga. Chamu chisa beringa mutopinda mgawa buya wanduna. Ibotolo pankumo.
And the UPND has gone further to say they'll deploy a legal imprimatur. The sworn motto of the legal imprimatur and penitentiary shall come in to deal with these people. But my own, Josh, as I'm standing here with all this aplomb, is not to say A was B and B was wrong. No. My own is to beseech, to importune, and to supplicate the two groups to come together, to come to a concordance and a conglomeration to see how best they can run this country in the most diaphanous, the most honky-dory, the most mompara and the tickety-boo way and manner. Because as we speak, the country is in a state of economic dystopia, economic brouhaha, economic mwahaha, economic syphilis, and economic Ebola, if you like, in simpler terms, economic diarrhea, of which all that ought to be put together and find a way and a wherewithal, a panacea to try and run this country to a level that people be looking at us from the other side of the human optical paparazzi. I rest my case.
Ayo babo makera kumanchancha, babo makera kuchisungu, babo makera. Babo makera. Babo makera, ayo mwebo. Wachandikare. Babe mbabalo bakamba inkubomba no kulia.